Welcome everybody back to Comic Book Hero. Today I got our boy Cal. What's rocking, Cal?
Ready to rock.
Hey man, so tell me what happened, man. The other day you said you had a hell of a thing with one of your customers. What happened?
Well, one thing that you got to realize when you're going out there is not to be the mark. Okay?
What do you mean by that?
Look, the mark, that's when you're pretty much being set up. All right? Okay. There's a setup going in. And this is pretty much so they can either, the bottom line is they want to get the book from you, and they want to get the book from you for a lower cost. Okay? They want to get you, and what they use, one of the tactics is, they'll use, what's this, let's call it negging, if you will. Okay? This is your standard comic book at the end of the day. Okay? Comic book, 4 size, corners, and everything of that nature. Now, the better the condition on the comic book, the greater you can ask for it. Unless the comic's rare. Now, if the comic's rare, even if it's in really beat up condition, you can still ask for some decent money for it at the end of the day. So, you've got the comic, right? You know this comic is worth some money. You're saying, okay, and it's a rare book. Let's say $500 in the condition that it's in, $500. Guy comes over to you, and what does he do? He's like, well, look, it's got a little nick here. Some stuff with the spine damage over here. And then look at the back. There's a crease down over here. And I don't know, maybe somebody, oh my goodness. Did somebody touch this book or anything like that? There's some color on it. Somebody do some color touch. So they just start like hammering the book on all these different levels. Now, that is supposed to make you, the guy who's trying to sell, think, oh my God, I thought this book was in really good condition. Well, I guess it's not worth $500. Now the guy's like, well, it's in bad condition, but I'll still take it off you. Let's say like $100 or something.
Whoa, what
a
drop.
They've shot your confidence down because they shot your book down. But you, because you've watched Comic Book Hero, know better.
Yes, you do.
You know better. So you're like, oh, this is a 3? Really? Well, can you show me the price for what a 3 sold for? Huh? What? Yeah. What did a 3 sell for? Okay, I know this is a rare book, and I know I can't go lower than this on it, but you say it's a 3 with all those problems. Show me what a 3 sold for. And if a 3 sold for, something reasonable, maybe we could do it. Will they have that answer? No, they won't have that answer. Tell them, hey, you know what you could do? If you don't have the money for the book, why don't you give this to me in trade value? So why don't you let me pick from your stuff what you feel the book is valued at? Now, that puts the ball to them. So what do you value it at? As a 3, what do you value? If they can't give you a number, you know as well as I do, they're full of it. Okay? They're just trying to get the book from you. They're just going to try to hammer the book, get a low price from you. And they're not going to want to trade for value because they already know they can't afford it. They're not going to come over and tell you what a 3 is, because even then, let's say this was something like Incredible Hulk 181, first appearance of Wolverine. Okay? Even in low grade condition, even if that book, the cover was off of it, it's still worth money, okay? Even in low grade condition, that book can still be worth a couple of $100, easy.
Interesting.
So you have to know what it is that you have. You have to be careful with it. And then you also have to be very confident in your ability to sell, because if not, you end up giving somebody a squeaker deal at the end of the day, and they're happy, okay? And what did they do? The two of them just made you the mark, i.e. That's where you are at the end of the day. Okay, and one of our models that we like to have here at Comic Book Hero, I'm not your So, remember, know what it is that you have, okay? Be very certain about it, and if you have to wait and you have to be patient about the whole thing, fine. And there are easy ways to suss out if somebody's serious or if somebody's just looking to try to get a good deal. If they're serious, they'll definitely work with you on a price, okay? But if it's a valuable book, and you know that it's a valuable book, hey, everything that they just said right there, that goes right out the window. Stick to your guns, get a better price for yourself.
Oh, that's very cool. Well, thank you very much for that information, Cal.
That's what I'm here for.
Here's another question I have for you, Cal. So, once you come to a seller sometimes, they have comics, and they basically say, hey, you have to look through everything. What do you as a buyer do when they say you have to look through and decide what the value is or what comics you want to have, as opposed to them actually going through the comic?
That's actually not a bad thing. That's actually not a bad thing to do. Because see, if I'm the seller and I tell you this is a near mint book, this is 9.4, 9.8, okay, and you take me at my word, some guys act like children. Because so then they go grade the book. Oh, it didn't come back 9.4. You said it was a 9.4. So they don't want to take that responsibility because grading is very subjective. The bottom line, what they're saying is you look at it. And if you look at it and you're happy with it, fine. That's what it is. For me, I have to show I'm very confident in telling somebody what the grade on a book is, up to a certain level. I'll do that up to 9.4. After 9.4, I beg off of that, because then I go, oh, you know, it's got the little speck here and it's got the, no. Do you know how to grade a book? Do you know how to look at a book for quality? If you don't, then you're pretty much stuck. You're gonna have to take somebody else's opinion. Other than that, what I always tell guys is look at the book. Are you happy with the quality? Okay, if you're happy with the quality, make an offer. Make an offer, and don't do one of these lowball offers. What do you want? $10. Oh, will you do 4? Get the hell out of here. Okay, make a reasonable offer. Okay, at the end of the day, but look it over, and if you're happy with it, based on your knowledge of comics, fine. But look it over. Look at the front cover and the back cover. Don't be afraid to do this. See what I'm doing? Yes, you can open the comic book and actually look through the pages. I don't necessarily need to do that most of the time. I can just flip through, because some guys will look through everything, and it's such a waste of time. Okay, if you want to buy the book, that's one thing. If not, you've just wasted 3-4 minutes out of my life looking through this book. Get away from me. After you want, you have to know whether you want it. But in those situations, I think the guy's being fair and being honest. Look through the book, look it over yourself, and if you don't want it, that's fine. But don't come to me to ask me for the grade, and then later on you're going to want to disagree about the whole thing. I didn't come here to debate with you.
Very interesting.